The current industry standard for mechanical fixing of ridge and hip tiles is AS 2050. It should always be followed to ensure the correct materials are chosen and appropriate fixing methods are always used. This standard provides for the use of, in combination with fillers, cement mortars, mechanical fasteners, clips, nails and adhesives. In addition to AS 2050, there are structural design and wind load requirements outlined in AS 1170 and AS 4055, and these also need to be satisfied. Today's demonstration relates to the mechanical fixing of ridge and hip roof tiles. It is presented by Roof Fixing Supplies. For more than 25 years, Roof Fixing Supplies has designed, manufactured, tested and distributed a broad range of roof tile clips to suit all situations. The clips we use today are just a small selection of that range. We have set up a test environment where we're using concrete tiles and ridges. These are all of a common profile. But it is important to note that there are such a large variety of tile sizes and profiles that this should always be taken into account when preparing a roof for covering, bedding and clipping. The first part of our demonstration relates to hip installation, and we will use the hip starter clip, the hip clip and staple, the hip spike and the smart clip. Whilst our demonstration roof has tile work in progress, it's best to do pre-planning for the selection of clips prior to laying any tiles. Then the roof can be covered and bedded with final clip installation in conjunction with the normal bedding practice. The hip starter clip. This provides a simple and effective method of securing the hip starter in place. It is anchored to the hip ridge via a clout, which is nailed through the loop end of the clip at the desired distance from the outside of the fascia junction. The hip clip and staple. This clip uses a staple to make the attachment to the ridge board. Pre-installation is the key, as the staple should be attached during the battening process using a predetermined spacing gauge to mark out the starting points.
So to secure the starting clip, we measure from the corner of the fascia up 250 millimetres. It is secured via a clout into the hip board. And then to secure our staples, we need to include the measurement, accurate measurement of our ridge and making allowance for the measurement of our collar. The first staple clip is measured at 415 millimetres in this instance and will be secured into the hip board at least 20 millimetres or half of the length of the staple clip. So for these particular ridge and these particular staples, we measure up the hip board 415 millimetres from centre to centre, securing the staples into the centre of the hip board. So secure the ridge to the starting clip and bed the ridge in. Our first clip will be secured to the staple and over the bedded ridge, and our next ridge will fit in to the clip as so.
The smart clip. The smart clip is an alternative to hip clip installation, and it requires the use of a starting batten. The starting batten is put in place down the ridge approximately 4 millimetres from the hip board.
Okay, so a gap between your hip board and your starting batten of between 3 or 4 millimetres is required, and it's as simple as pushing, twisting, lifting and securing onto your ridge. Push down, twist, lift, secure. Simple as pushing in, twisting and securing.
The hip spike. The hip spike is another alternative to securing the hip and is very easy to install. When the tiles are sitting on the wet bedding, the clip is simply nailed to the ridge board using the contact indentation of the clip as the driving point.
So to secure this type of clip, ensure that it's sitting over the ridge and against the ridge, and secure into the hip board. As so. The starting clip is secured with a clout. The ridge clip is secured with a staple. The ridge spike is secured with a hammer. And the smart clip is secured by twisting. Our ridge clips are adaptable to the top ridge as well, where we have a top ridge plate in place. Matter of securing your staple and then securing the clip to the ridge. To secure the ridge spike, simply place over the ridge and hammer into the top ridge plate.
The coat hanger clip. The coat hanger clip is a simple clip that attaches under the roof battens and clips to the ridge above.
The coat hanger clip is secured by placing between the battens, twisting and securing over the ridge.
These clipping systems are proven for use throughout Australia and can be adapted for all types of tiles and battens, including steel. They provide a simple and secure method for the installation of all types of roof tiles. Further information, including the review of tests and appraisals for these clips, may be obtained from our expert staff at Roof Fixing Supplies.